So I don't remember where I am. Senior moment. Tonight we're on page 89, I think. If my spies are right who keep up with stuff like this. We've been working, we started our work on chapter 7 last week. Chapter 7, as we all know, is that chapter which devotes itself to working with others and is generally thought to be the chapter which defines the 12th step. Now, in some respects that is true, but in other respects it's not true at all. Chapter 12 does not get into some of the things which are essential in the 12th step. And last week we went over some of that stuff, but maybe we just kind of put ourselves back in the same page. 12th step really has 3 parts. The first part is the phrase which tells us what has happened to us as a result of working the steps, that we've had a spiritual awakening. And nowhere is that phrase defined in the Big Book. You won't find it anywhere else. It's not repeated anywhere but in the 12th step. So we have to look at the book in toto to see what a spiritual awakening really is, since the Big Book doesn't define it. Actually, when Bill wrote the 12th step originally, he wrote it as a spiritual experience. And we have many, many references in the book to spiritual experience. So the first clue is that wherever the book talks about spiritual experience, just substitute the phrase spiritual awakening and you'll know what the book is talking about. However, it's quite clear that spiritual awakening will come to us because we worked the 12 steps and we don't know any other way to get there. And it's going to be composed of a number of different elements. First of all, that we will enter the world of the Spirit, whereas before we were blocked off from the sunlight of the Spirit. That we will be restored to sanity, whereas before we were crazy as jaybirds. We were really goofy. Our minds did not work right. We also know that as a result of working the steps and the spiritual awakening, that we will become conscious of God's power flowing into us, which is promised to us in the 4th chapter, and that we will become God conscious, which means that we have developed a closeness to our Creator, and that we will develop a vital 6th sense, which means that we are capable of being inspired by God, which is critical, of course, for our meditation, and to receive intuitively God's directions for us.